All right. Hey, you guys, welcome. If you don't know me, my name is Ainsley Somerville, and I am Senior Ruby Upline for the Dare to be Diamond team. And I just wanted to pop on and hopefully talk with some of our newbies or some of our seasoned ambassadors that maybe don't have complete grasp on our compensation plan and what it is. It's something that I am super passionate about. And if you don't know, my story. Is this fan too loud? Can you guys hear me? You hear the fan? Okay. I live in England, so that's part of my story. I live in England with no AC, so I have a fan on. But that's part of my story is that I'm a military spouse. And if you have ever looked into military income, it's tough. And we are enlisted, or my husband's enlisted, I should say. And so not an officer. So a lot of people that associate military with money associate that with officer ranks. Okay. So most military income, at least for the first 10 years, is usually about the poverty level, okay, or below. And most of us are on some kind of government assistance. We were on WIC for many years. We would still be on WIC if it wasn't for Plexus. And it can be very difficult to be financially stable in the military because we're moving all the time. Our spouses are deployed, so it's not really something that, even if you have a full-time job, when they leave, if you don't have great childcare, it's tough. And there's a lot of factors that play into that. I would say, I don't know the statistics, but I would say most military families are in a lot of debt. Moving puts us, I see Beth shaking her head. She came from my last base, and moving puts a lot of financial stress on your family. And they, although they do pay for most of it, there are a lot of things that come out of that. One of the things when we moved to England was, we had to put down a significant payment on our rental home that the military doesn't cover. And luckily we had that income, but if you didn't, it puts a lot of people in some pretty financially stressed situations. There's a lot more to that, but anyway, so for me, we were financially stressed. We had a lot of debt before the military. I was able to get out of that by, doing the best that we could in other ways. But Rhonda, who's my sponsor, knew that about me. She knew that she has a son that's in the military as well, and so she kind of knew what that income looked like. She also knew that I had some medical things that were holding me back from some certain things, and one of those was our struggle with infertility. And I didn't join Plexus to have anything to do with infertility, but we had a lot of debt occurred from infertility. Becoming a mom was a big dream of mine, and having to beg your family for money to help support that dream was a pretty difficult moment in my life. And there were a lot of those moments in my life that led me to where I was just desperate. I wanted a purpose other than just being a mom, and I didn't want to work outside of the home at that time because I couldn't afford to put my 2 kids in daycare, number one. And number two, I didn't want to miss out on life's little moments, okay? Some of you work full-time jobs. Some of you that are watching this work full-time jobs and wish they could be home with their kids. Some of you love your job and don't have any desire to leave it, but there may be some other financial stressors in your life. Most Americans go to sleep more worried about their finances than anything else. And so when I found Plexus, I had zero desire to have any interest in the business. I had done another network marketing company previous, about 8 years ago, and I was burned by it. It was a party company. I was begging my friends to have parties. I was begging my friends to buy something that they didn't need, and it really put a bad taste in my mouth. I worked it for 2 years. I did not make an income. Everything that I was putting into it, I was having to reinvest in. And I did never have anybody join my team because nobody else wanted to do parties and they didn't have time to do parties. And I didn't have a family back then, but even at that point, I was working full-time job and working that as my side gig. And it just took a lot of time away from my family. And the point for me, the point of being successful in network marketing is to have something that gives you time freedom, not takes more time away from your family. So I started on the products. I needed to feel better. I was exhausted. I was passing the iPad to my kids. And when I realized how amazing the products were, I started talking to some of my friends. I think about a month into talking to my friends, I called Rhonda and said, okay, somebody tell me what's going on because I'm making money and I don't understand. I didn't know anything about the compensation plan. And what I've learned is that Plexus is completely different from any network marketing company out there. Go do the research. Go search the compensation plans. You will not find anything like Plexus. And so it's become my passion. I'm a mom. I have a passion to help everyone, but I have a separate passion to help single moms and moms that are struggling financially, because this is it. This is the real deal. And it's changed our life forever. Took me 7 months to go senior Ruby, which is I'm going to show you on the income disclosure statement that it's an average of $55,000 a year. Okay. And I had no idea that this tired mom that's a homebody, that doesn't even like to get out in public with people, could make a significant income, something so much so that I've surpassed my husband's income and has given us choices. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about it. And I did post this this compensation plan highlights. If anybody doesn't have it and they want to print it off, it is right now at the top of our team page in Dare to Be Diamond. Just gives you our income disclosure statement and just some different highlights, and it does talk about the 11 ways to earn. So that's what we're going to talk about today. The first thing I want you to do when you get that, I want you to look at this income disclosure statement. Okay. First of all, I want you guys to know that I didn't get to where I am, and Rhonda didn't get to where she is by not working. We do work very hard at what we do, but I also want you to know that it's just an average for people, and it also we don't make any claims that you're going to make this income, but it is possible for everyone based on your own skills and how hard you work. So I want you to look at this, and I want you to go through it. I want you to see right this very second what would change your life. Okay, for me at the time, it was right here. Okay, it was just being an ambassador. Okay, any kind of income was changing our life. Okay, and but then I want you to circle, the second thing I want you to circle is, what's your goal? What would be your dream? My very first dream was gold. Okay, it's changed a lot over the last 20 months. I've been with this company 20 months. Gold Ambassador was a big deal for us. It was gonna bring us in, about $1,000 a month. That was absolutely life-changing for us. And when we got to that, it was probably the point that I really dove into this compensation plan and realized what it had to offer us. And there was no going back for me at that point. My husband finally saw the vision and realized this wasn't just a hobby that I had, and that we were really going to turn it into a business. And then my second big goal was to be Ruby. Okay. And Ruby is an average of $35,000 a year. And when I hit that, I was completely in shock. I'm still in shock. I cannot believe that this is real life for us. I cannot believe that I get to sit at home and make a real income. A real income, you guys. There are people that have college degrees that don't make $35,000 a year. When I was working in corporate America, I was not making that much money. Okay, and I have an associate's degree, but I don't have a bachelor's degree. There is nowhere in this world that I can just go out in the world and make that kind of an income. It's without a college degree. It's just not there, except for direct sales and network marketing. So my next goal is Emerald. It has been something that I've been dreaming of for a really long time. I get emotional, y'all. You know how much I love this company. But it is right there. It's in my grasp. It's for our team, and it is life-changing. It's something that you don't know. My husband's currently deployed, and he's been deployed 6 out of the last 8 months. And this next income level gives us an opportunity to make a choice, to leave the military if he wants to, or just have options. And we've never had that. And had I not taken a chance on Plexus, we still wouldn't have that. If you don't know this, my mom, she's currently hanging out with my kiddos, but my mom is here with me for an entire month. The only way she's able to come overseas to England and spend an entire month with us is because she's a senior gold ambassador with Plexus and making an income that she's able to do that. That kind of freedom to be able to just hop on a plane and spend time with your grandkids and your daughter is something that you can't get anywhere else. You're not going to call your boss and say, I'm going to leave the country for a month, right? Not going to happen. I remember what it's like to ask for time off, that PTO that stinks, that they a lot of times tell you, sorry, so-and-so is already taking PTO. You can't take PTO, right? And you're constantly moving it around your family and your kids' schedule and begging them to give you what you deserve. I don't want that. I don't want that kind of life, and I don't want that kind of life for anybody else. Okay, so once you've done that, I want to talk to you about how you get there and what it looks like, okay? So, we're going to turn to this page where it's the 6 ways to make an income, okay? The very first way, and I'm going to skip around this because I feel like it's not in the correct order or the order that makes most sense to me, but if you'll just hang tight with me, if you have any questions, put them in the chat or unmute yourself and I will get to them as soon as we can. The very first way that you make an income is your retail rewards commission. Okay, this is the basics. This is what most network marketing companies offer, and that is either, it's usually about 25% commission. We offer 2 brackets of that, 15% and 25%. The very first $100 that you make, very first $100 that you purchase or sell does not make you an income. I'm going to explain why in a few minutes, but I want you to know that the very first $100 that you make is not counted in your commission. But it's what commission qualifies you. So if you're an ambassador on our team, every single month, you need to have $100 in PV. It's equivalent to 1 triplex. If you're not ready to make that commitment, you really should be a preferred customer. But that $100 commitment makes you commission qualified. What that means is everything on top of that, you make an income off of. So $100 to $499, you receive 15% commission. As soon as you hit that $500 mark, the entire thing turns into 25% commission, okay? Does anybody have a question on that? Okay, so the second way that we make an income is preferred customer bonuses. This is super important. This is the first thing that sets us apart from every other company. I've never ever seen this. And if I'm wrong, if you've seen it in another company, I'd love to know because I've never seen it. So we have retail customers and preferred customers. I don't usually talk to people about retail because it's just expensive and it doesn't make any financial sense to them. And so I want to make sure that they are going to get the best prices possible. And so if they're only ready to commit to a preferred customer, then they have an auto ship, which they can turn off at any time. But you also receive a bonus for every preferred customer that you have on every single item that you sell. Okay. This isn't about upselling or anything like that, but it is about making sure that they have the best products. And 99.999% of the time, I suggest a triplex, okay? It is the building blocks, it's the foundation to good health. It's all about gut health and blood sugar balance, okay? I think I've had 3 people in my entire career with Plexus that have not purchased a triplex. And those 3 people didn't stay around very long because they didn't get the same benefits, okay? So I always talk about a triplex, but a triplex for you as a preferred customer, for them as a preferred customer, for you is a $20 bonus on top of your commission. So let's say you have 3 customers, okay? And let's say that makes you hit, let's say they buy a triplex and another product and you're purchasing your own triplex. You're gonna hit that $500 mark, most likely. And so you're gonna be making 25% commission, which is at least $100. And you're gonna be receiving at least 3 $20 bonuses, okay? So that's another $60. If they purchase an accelerator or something like that, that's another 15, right? Because those are each $5. So right then and there, you've made over $160, okay? That covers your products. So if you can have 3 people purchasing that every month, you no longer pay for your products. Any questions about preferred customer bonuses or anything I missed on that? Nope. Okay, moving on. The next thing that we tell you to focus on is the business building bonuses, okay? So as you have 2 options with ambassadors. We can talk about wholesale ambassadors, which means, which is exactly what I started as. I just wanted the cheapest products. I didn't care how I got there. I couldn't afford them. Flat out couldn't afford them. We had to move our finances around to get them, but I couldn't afford them. And so I didn't care that I was joining a company. I needed to get them at the cheapest price. I knew, Rhonda explained to me that I never have to sell a penny. And that was very true. It's still true to this day. You can be a part of our company as an ambassador, or what we call wholesale, without selling a thing. So so I just needed to purchase my own 100 PV. I was already doing that because I was purchasing my products and my husband's products at the same time. And so it was actually the best situation for us because I was getting my products, but then I was making money off of his products because I was getting commission off of his products. So that just made financial sense to us. It was just a deeper discount because I had zero intentions of having a business of this or sharing with anyone. I was going to closetly do these products. Okay, so as you add people to your team, you get a business building bonus. So whether they're here for the business or just here for the products, you receive either $25 or $50 depending on the welcome pack that they choose. I always suggest the $25 bonus from the $100 welcome pack. The reason I choose that for everyone, or tell everybody to choose that, is if they're going to buy another $100 worth of product, it makes more sense for them to purchase that under themselves and get them commission qualified. Get them at the point where they're going to make an income off of anything else. The faster we can get a paycheck in somebody's hand, the more likely they are to see that this has potential. Okay, that's true for me, and it's true for a lot of people on this call. That just getting $20 was like, how did I do that? I just purchased my own products. How did I get $20 back? So instead of putting them, because our welcome packs don't count towards our commission, okay? So so that's business building bonuses. You're gonna get $50, or $25, depending on which welcome pack they purchase. Now that goes to let me explain this better. 3 people above you make an income off of that as well. So when you sign a new ambassador, a level 1, you get $25. The person above you, so let's say it was my level 1, I get $25. Rhonda would receive, I believe it's $12.50, right? Yes, $12.50. The person above that receives, is it $7 or $7.50? $7.50, and then the person above that receives $5. Now, why is this important? This is one of the things that we call residual income. I sit here today and I'm signing people, but I have a large team underneath me that are signing people every day that I don't know, that I've never spoken to, and that I may not ever speak to. And I'm being able to accrue an income off of that. And so every single Friday, you're going to get a bonus paycheck. Every Friday. We get paid 5 times a month. Every Friday, you're going to get a bonus paycheck. If that person that you signed went out and signed 3 people, even if you had nothing to do with that, you're going to get paid $12.50 on each one of those people. And that's just going to come into your paycheck on Fridays. And it's really, really cool. As you get to gold and you start having a team, you start seeing that accrue. It's pretty life-changing. I was like, wait, how did I get $100 paycheck? Wait, how did I get $75? I mean, it just happened every Friday, and it was crazy to me. I used to brag to my husband because we just thought that this was silly. We thought this was just some scam, just some quick fix weight loss company, which I've learned so much about that it is nothing to do with weight loss. But that's what I thought in the beginning. And so I would just be like, babe, did you see this? Babe, did you see this? Because every penny was a life-changing moment for us. Okay, so that's the business building bonuses. Does everybody understand that? Is there any question on that? How you receive those or anything like that? No? Okay, the next one is going to be retail rewards override. So the same people that you signed up on your very level one, so the person that you directly sign, you're going to receive 5% of their PV over the $100. Okay, it's pretty self-explanatory. The next one is going to be achievement bonuses. Every time you hit a rank, you're going to receive a bonus. Moving up to silver, so just having 3 people on your team, 3 people, whether that's wholesale or business builders, they can be either one. You're going to. Okay. You get a $100 bonus. This month is pretty special. This month, Plexus is doubling that, okay? So you're going to receive $150. I know that's not double, hang with me. $150 for signing your 3 people. And next month, if you hold your rank at silver, you're gonna get an additional $50. If you help one of those people go silver, help them sign 3 people, you're gonna get an additional $50, okay? That is before you receive any of those other income pieces, okay? So you have a potential to really receive a big income this month. The next thing that we're gonna talk about is Plexus Pay Points. This is where people get confused, and it's something that I did not understand until I went gold. So I'm going to explain it to you, and just understand that you may still not understand it, and that's okay. As you grow in this company, you will. So pay points. So every single ambassador that you sign as your level 1, okay, so your level 1, you receive 5 points on those people. You actually receive 5 points for 7 levels of your team eventually, but we're going to talk about the first 3 levels, okay? So the first 3 levels, so everybody that you sign is your level 1. Everybody that your level 1 sign is your level 2. And everybody that your level 2 sign are your level 3s. Does that make sense to everyone so far? Yes? Okay. So your level 1, 2, and 3, you receive 5 points for each one of those people. Pay points, so let's take those 5 points. Those 5 points, each one of those points is a dollar amount. The average pay point is about $3 a person. This last month, it was higher. It was 3.14. It's the largest we've ever seen in the last 3 years. And it was, everybody got a pretty big bonus. And so it was pretty cool to see that. But on average, they're about $3 a piece, okay? So that means that each one of these people, right, each one is worth 5 points. This is one person. It's about $15 in your paycheck every single month. This is not a one-time bonus. This is every single month you receive this, okay? Same, I didn't say that about preferred customer bonus. Every month, though, you get that bonus on that as well. Okay, so you're 5 points. So let's say you go gold. When you go gold, you need 20 people, approximately, which equals 100 points, okay? 100 times 3 is 300. So before you sell one product, you're making $300 in your paycheck. Those 20 people do not have to come from you, okay? You might sign 5 people and they might sign enough people to equal 20, okay? It has nothing, doesn't mean that you have to sign all 20 of those. The only you only need to have directly signed 3 of them. Other than that, for gold, I believe, right? Is it 3? I think it's 3. Yes. It's 3 people. So everything above that can be from anyone else. So that's the gist of pay points. It's really, it's not as complicated as it seems. Is it everybody following me there? Yes, got it. Pay points are making sense so far. Okay. All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about is that's 6 ways. Okay, that's where we're at right now. That is really where most people stop for a little while. You get paid on the rest of the ways once you go Emerald, and I am going to tell you about them, but I want to explain one other thing. Actually, 2 things. That $100 that we talked about, that goes into our pay points. Okay, that $100 goes into our pay points. They take 50% of what Plexus ambassadors make, and they divide that over our ambassadors. And so that's where our pay points go to. And I have no idea what that algorithm is, but we get kind of notified every month by our jewels, which are Emerald and above. Hey, this is what your pay points were this month. So last month they were 3.14. They were wonderful. Okay, so the next thing is when you sign a new ambassador, they have a one-time opportunity to have Fast Start Gold. Okay, Fast Start Gold is something different than anything else. We've never had a Fast Start Gold in our team, and I would love for that to happen. It is going to be for a hustler, okay? That opportunity is somebody that calls you and says, you know, Ainsley, I understand this business opportunity that you've told me, and I need an income like yesterday. I wanted to be diamond like yesterday. And so you're going to talk to them about Fast Start Gold. This is having 20 people added to their team in the first 30 days. I have seen it on other teams all the time. It just means we don't have anybody yet that has that understands it or has run after it. I didn't even know what it was when I joined, and I know that I forget to tell my ambassadors when they join about it sometimes. So it is something that we want to talk about with our new ambassadors, just so that they know that they have an opportunity to run after it. So they have 30 days to find 20 people that want to join their team. Again, it does not have to come all from them. You could find 5 people, or that person could find 5 people, and they could find people. Okay, so it's the first time that those 20 people do not have to be commission qualified. Remember when we talked about what commission qualifying is? That is when somebody purchases $100 outside of their welcome pack, or they wait till the following month and purchase their $100 because welcome packs don't count. So this is the first time that all they have to do is buy their welcome pack. We have 30 days to find 20 people that are ready to do that. Okay, everybody understand where we are there? Yep. Okay. So with Fast Start Gold, come on, y'all supposed to keep me on my toes. You'd get double bonuses. That's why Fast Start Gold's exciting. Okay, Fast Start Gold, you get double bonuses. So if you get those 20 people within the first 30 days, you receive $700 in bonuses, okay, on top of everything else. So that doesn't include your retail rewards, your commission, all of those things. So or that doesn't include your $25 for each one of those 20 people. Okay, so it can be a really, really exciting thing for someone that is really looking to make a strong income. Okay, so after that, that's kind of where we stop until we hit Emerald. When you hit Emerald, you receive a Emerald Pool bonus. So it is 3% of the company's commissional volume each month divided by emeralds. It's a pretty big deal. Rhonda, do you want to talk about what it means to go emerald and what don't need you to give me numbers or anything, but just talk a little bit about what that felt like and what that looked like for you when you went emerald.
Wow, I still get teary-eyed and I still get emotional because this is unreal to me. This is absolutely unreal to me. I'm paying for my daughter's wedding, cash. That's huge. So that tells you what kind of income I'm bringing in to be able to afford writing out a check each time she's like, okay, Mom, you need this, you need this, you need this. And she's being smart about it too. But this is my second trip to Hawaii this year, and I still pinch myself. Last year, I just could not believe that Plexus brought this to me, allowed me to have this in my life.
Hawaii, and then when trip that you earn every year as long as you're Emerald. Sorry.
As long as you're Emerald. Now, the first year when you're Emerald, you automatically get to go. The second year, then you have to qualify. So many months out of the year, you have to qualify. You have to maintain Emerald to get there. This year, I don't remember. I was keeping track on my phone, and I had qualified already in January. So I was able to make my reservations through Atlas. They took care of my reservations to go there. So that is a Saturday to Thursday that they pay for your all expenses paid to stay in at the amazing resort.
And these are not dinky resorts, you guys.
No.
I've never seen. I mean, it is. I was just looking at the resort in Maui this year recently, and I believe it's through Waldorf Astoria. Is that right? I believe it's 5 stars, I think. It is absolutely incredible. My husband looked it up, and it's over $500 a night to stay there if you were to go and buy your own room. Okay, they go all out. There were gifts in their rooms every day. Their last trip, they brought in Maui gyms and said, pick a pair of sunglasses, and gave them Maui gyms. I mean, they just did so many cool things. You also receive a Lexus, right?
About that? Yes. I was able to get my Lexus. I think it was the beginning of July, end of June or 1st of July, because I drug my feet. I was trying to get the best deal. So I didn't get it immediately when I hit Emerald. I waited. However, there's nothing like the smell of a brand new car. Nothing. It comes fully equipped with everything under the sun. And I'm not bragging, guys. Seriously, this is just a real thing. This has happened to me. Somebody that's a country bumpkin that lives in Amish country did this. To let you know, that's exactly where I live. I don't have a street light in our little wee village or nothing. You know, I have to go 25 minutes, and Nancy knows, 25 minutes to go to the grocery store. And I did this. So you guys can do this too. But yeah, the Lexus is absolutely phenomenal. I think there's 4 to pick from now. Yeah, 4. I chose, what did I choose? The ES car, but I miss my SUV. So next year at this time, I'll be able to purchase my next one. I did it a lease. You can purchase it or you can lease it. I happened to lease it for 2 years. Now they've extended it 3 years. And I hear they're coming out with an amazing Lexus that is much bigger. So they give you $500 a month in your bonus check, and then anything above that you have to pay. And of course, you have to go through just like purchasing a car. You have to do the financial end and all of that. But it is pretty sweet when I get in that smelling car. It still smells really, really good.
And not only that, but you earned it. And so, if you haven't yet, if you love this company and you can see yourself being at the top of this company, or you can't, go to the Lexus dealership, go sit your booty in one of those cars and feel what it feels like, because it really made me want to run after it. It's not about the car, but it's a symbol. That car is a symbol of your hard work and your team's hard work and what you have done to get to where you will be when you go Emerald. And I remember what it feels like. I did that about just over a year ago, because I live in England, so I only had one opportunity while I was in the States to do that. And I got to test drive them. I got to sit in them, and y'all, it's not just a car. It's a luxury vehicle. This isn't a Ford. I mean, the things that come standard in this vehicle is so cool, but I can't wait to, y'all, we all have haters. We all have haters, right? Cannot wait to be driving on base with my Lexus that I earned with my team, and wave out the window to my haters, okay? Because I have so many people, and I know you do too, that tell you can't do this, that network marketing isn't a real job, that it's just a hobby, that you're just selling crap, whatever it is that they want to tell you. We know, those of us that have the true belief in this company, that isn't true, that this company is incredible, that they are in the forefront of gut health research, and we are changing lives. And that's what that represents to me, is how many lives that we had to change to get there, and how hard we work despite what everybody else has to say about it, right? Okay, so that's Emerald. Okay, so that's that major pivotal moment where you're at the top 3 levels of the company. And then when you go Sapphire, which is the next level, you get an additional 1% of that Emerald pool, of that company pool that's called Sapphire. It's a pretty big deal. Rhonda, you can just shake your head. That from going from Senior Ruby to Emerald, just with that pool, it was like life-changing income, right? Okay. So then you get an additional 1%, and when you go Diamond, you get another trip and an additional 1% of that pool. The coolest thing about this company, once you hit Diamond, is that you get to re-enroll underneath yourself and go all the way back up to the top of the company. We have one double Diamond in our company. I believe she went Diamond in 6 months and Diamond again in 6 months, right? Is that right? That's incredible. She obviously worked her tail off, but she knew what she had and she ran after it. The average time that it takes people to go Diamond, the new stats on that are 29 months, okay? But in this company, 20 months. It says the average for Emerald is 18 months. I did not work my business hard in the beginning. And this isn't, oh, I decided when I went gold, I'm all of a sudden going to work my business, and I still got there in a short period of time. Now you can. There's people that do it much faster than most people. But 18 months of working your business really seriously. And so I would say I'm probably going to be right around there when I finally decided, I was going to work this as a business and not a hobby. I'm going to average about the same amount of time. But I just got off of a call today that I was listening to another girl who went Emerald in 9 months. Guys, people do it all the time. If you decide that you really want this business and it is your full-time job, and it doesn't have to mean that you don't have another full-time job, but it means that you purposely set aside time every day that you're going to work this business, because maybe you don't want that other full-time job, or maybe you want to have a certain level of income for your family. Is there any questions about our compensation plan so far? So I'm not going to go into how to get to each one of them, but if you pull up this sheet, it will tell you the first 2. I'm just going to talk about silver and gold. Okay, so we talked about going silver. You need 3 people to be on your team, 3 people to buy that welcome pack, and that's it. That's all you got to do. You get your bonus, and then you go gold. You need 100 points, so it's approximately 20 people. You need 15 points outside of your primary leg. This is something that people ask me about all the time. What does outside your primary leg mean? Your primary leg is going to end up being somebody that is your biggest business builder. So it might be somebody that took off next to you, decided to run with this business, and so you need 15 points, so 3 people outside of that person. So that's 4 people total, which you would have had 20 people at that point. So basically what that means is what the reason that is that they don't want you to sit back and ride somebody else's coattails. If they're doing the hard work, they should be getting rewarded for that. So we want to make sure that you're working just as hard to build your business. So you can't just get a business builder and be like, oh, Patsy's going to just blow this out of the water and I'm going to sit back and do nothing and I'm going to get paid for her. No, Patsy would bypass me and outrank me, which I love. Because if you look at other network marketing companies, I promise you, go look at their jewels or their top ranking ambassadors. They're the same people. They stay there and they don't change, okay? That's a really big sign that their company's compensation plan is way different than ours. If you look at we have what, 500 jewels right now, Rhonda? 500 jewels, approximately. And over 100 diamonds. And it is changing every single month. We have a rank up that goes out. I have 5 friends in the last 3 months that I've met through Plexus that have gone emerald. So it's for everyone. And none of those people are I don't know how to say this in a nice way. There's nothing like, oh, that person went emerald because of this. They're normal, everyday people. They just love people. They just want to help change the world. And that's why they are where they are, because this is relationship marketing. This is caring about people enough to, and we get compensated for it. So it's pretty cool. So I'm going to stop there because, so that's a $250 bonus. So I'm going to stop there because those are your first 2, major goals. So anyway, so I want to just take a few minutes and answer some questions. I know there's got to be some question about the compensation plan. So you guys can unmute yourself, ask me anything you want to know. I'm an open book. I know Rhonda's an open book when it comes to this, and we want to be honest and forefront with everybody about what it takes because we want you to achieve your dreams. While I'm waiting for people to unmute and ask a question, I want you to know that I truly believe that you can work this business in 1 hour or less a day until you get to gold and senior gold. Okay. At that point, I believe it takes about an hour and a half. Okay. If you want to move to the top of this company quickly, it's going to take more time than that. Okay. I definitely worked my business very, very hard when I decided I wanted to really work this business. But they say about an average that people in network marketing are working about an average of 15 hours a week. That beats a heck of a lot of 40-hour weeks, right? Okay, so all right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording because I want